from the Stroh Center on the campus of Bowling Green State University, we have Saturday night Mid-American Conference men's basketball. The Bowling Green Falcons hosting the Ball State Cardinals. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us alongside Brandon Lowe. I'm Brad Woznicki. The Bowling Green Falcons and Ball State Cardinals both understand just how important every game is in the Mid-American Conference standings. One win can greatly change your position.
We're at that point in the season where every game counts, only a handful of games left. And with two teams coming off of 3-game losing streaks, a win would be such a bounce back here tonight.
And so important for the Bowling Green Falcons to protect the home court. And as of late, the outside shooting of Trey Diggs has gotten back to what we expect from Trey Diggs, knocking down 3 threes a game over the last 4, 13.5 points a game.
It's in his name, Trey gon' shoot the Trey. And when he gets hot, he's hot from deep. Watch out, because when he's on the outside, it opens up scoring for Bowling Green all over the floor, both on the exterior and interior.
168 career threes for Trey Diggs. He is top 10 all-time in Bowling Green history. Now, turning to the Ball State Cardinals, how about the addition of Tyler Cochran, the transfer from Northern Illinois? Yes, he comes over helping add to the scoring, but you love the fact that this man gives 110% effort all the time.
Like you said, all gas, no brakes for Cochran. He's not afraid to scrap for rebounds. He'll take it up amongst the trees, and he is a constant ball hawk all the time. Definitely a guy that came into the program, made an impact right away, and he'll look to do the same in tonight's game.
The Bowling Green Falcons, a record of 8-5 at home this season. Ball State just 2-8 on the road. This is round 2 between the Falcons and the Cardinals. Ball State came from behind in the final minute to win the first meeting in Muncie. That was right at the start of conference play, and Tyler Cochran, the man we talked about, begins the game with a nice reverse finish.
Under 6 seconds before Cochran makes his impact felt. Look for his explosiveness all night long.
And Bowling Green comes up empty on their first possession. Good job by Sparks to get to that ball. And Cochran driving right at the Bowling Green defense. And that ball was not off the rim before Peyton Sparks tried to tip it in. Let's take it through the starting 5. First for the Bowling Green Falcons, Brenton Mills, Trey Diggs, Samari Curtis, Matisse Kulachkovskis, and Daquan Plowden. For the Ball State Cardinals, they're going with Myron Thomas, Demarius Jacobs, Luke Bumbelow, Peyton Sparks, and Tyler Cochran. Ball State entering tonight has lost 3 straight. They lost to Central Michigan in overtime, then Buffalo by 6, and most recently Northern Illinois by 6. And off the mark on the shot, we're going the other way. Bringing it up the floor, Jacobs pushes it ahead to Myron Thomas. And Thomas working his way inside against Diggs, makes an extra step there out of bounds. Bowling Green, it's been a bit of a tough week. Falcons losing a couple of double-digit scores, one coming off the bench in Myron Gordon. The other, Joe Reese, who's been in and out of the starting lineup. Reese was about 10 points, 5 rebounds a game. Both were dismissed from the team after this past game against Buffalo. They were dismissed the very next day. Team moving on, guys ready to play basketball.
And now the guys remaining on the team got to step up. I mean, Bowling Green has 11 players dressed for this one, but now is a true chance for everybody to step up and show what they bring to the team. There's only a handful of games left, and you're still in a position where you need to win every single game.
Inside, Thomas poked free by Diggs. Bowling Green last time out, it was not pretty against Buffalo. Falcons lost 112-85. It was a record given up here inside the Stroh Center for Bowling Green defensively. Buffalo had it going with Janathan Williams. Of course, Rondo Segou helping lead the way. And Ball State a 4-2 lead here early, about 2 minutes in. And up at the left hand, no for Plowden. Offense has not been the concern for Bowling Green. Defensively, they've been allowing 85 points a game in conference play. And Peyton Sparks to the basket. And Matisse Kulachkovskis was waiting on that charge.
I want to go back to one of the things that you just said, giving up 85 points a game. When you look at the last game against Buffalo, the Falcons scored 85, which is generally not too bad, except you can't give up that 112 triple-digit number that they did last time out.
Samari Curtis to the basket and blocked out of bounds. Myron Thomas able to deny that drive. Thomas, 11 points, almost 5 rebounds a game. Here's that defense one more time. You want to continue to see Samari Curtis attack Bumbalo with his size, because Curtis has good quickness, should be able to work his way into the interior anytime on that matchup. Curtis playing that point guard position for Bowling Green. Caden Matheny still out due to injury. There's a pull-up. Now Thomas pushing. Cardinals do not have numbers, but it's back and forth between Sparks and Thomas. And off the front rim, rebounded by Kulachkovskis. Bowling Green 1 of 5 from the field so far. Brenton Mills, there's a good sign, because he has not been known for his scoring. Coming over from Binghamton, you're saying, yes, this guy can shoot it from the outside, but you just haven't seen that consistently. Only 4 points a game.
And that's one of the things that you struggle with as a player when you have to change your lines, change your lineup as much as Bowling Green has had to do this year. It's hard when you're playing in that sort of system to find a rhythm, and that's one of the things that hopefully Brenton Mills can do over the last handful of games.
And Luke Bumbalo just hit his 67th three of the season, number 2 in the conference in three-pointers made. No good for Mills. Trey Diggs went up and got it for the offensive rebound. Now the pass to Plowden. Mills to Plowden. 1 point game. Up top, Thomas. Over to Bumbalo. Mills trying to stay right up on him. We get a foul against Mills. And Bowling Green will have 10 bodies available today, despite Joe Reese and Myron Gordon both being gone. You do get Josiah Fulcher back, who's been out the last couple games. Bumbalo from the corner. Diggs on the backside. Plowden's going to try from the corner. Off the mark, Bumbalo the rebound. He wants to run. And Bumbalo finds the trailing Jacobs, swings it to the corner, wide open, but nowhere close for Cochran. Falcon fans going to let him know about it. Kulachkovskis running the floor. The feed from Plowden. Want to continue to see transition opportunities anytime you can get it if you're Bowling Green.
And Bowling Green, there's not going to be too many possessions where they don't go down the floor and get a shot off.
4.5 in. Next whistle will take us to our first media timeout. Myron Thomas knocks down a three before that. Second three for the Cardinals. You like the energy level you're seeing from Bowling Green. No matter what Ball State has done offensively, the Falcons have been able to respond. Diggs short on that three. Thomas. Michael Huger wanted a walk. Media timeout. 1 possession game, 5 minutes in. Ball State and Bowling Green, 10-8 your score. This is the 92nd meeting all time between Bowling Green and Ball State. The Falcons have had the advantage not only all time, but certainly at home, 32-12. Brandon, payback is on the minds of Bowling Green today. It was a very frustrating finish in Muncie when Bowling Green was leading by 6 with about a minute to go.
And not the way Bowling Green wanted to ring in the new year. There you see the very first game of the 2022 calendar year, and they fall right at the buzzer, and that's most definitely the win that Ball State needed at that time, and Ball State wants to do the same, and like you said, Bowling Green looking for retribution here today.
No good for Bumbelow, gets his own miss, and then in the air, not sure he was trying to shoot it or if he was trying to find a teammate, but gets the foul. Ball State had a 34-12 advantage on points in the paint in the first meeting, 20-11 in fast break points. Bowling Green did knock down 12 threes in that game, but certainly the fast break points and points in the paint were a big factor. Bumbelow at the line. This is a guy who shoots it at 60%. A little bit surprised with how good he shoots it from distance, that he's shooting just 60% from the line. And he doesn't get there very often, especially as of late. He's only attempted now 13 free throws in the last 5 weeks. 1 for 2. Ball State by a field goal. Fulcher over to Diggs. Now up top, Gabe O'Neill. Plowden tries it from the right wing. Contact. Myron Thomas has just given Plowden 3 freebies.
And Thomas looked at the official, kind of confused that there was a foul called on that play. And even if there was no contact, Daquan Plowden is a guy that's been around. He's been here for a long time. He's been playing the game for a long time. His floor IQ is very, very high.
First time around, Daquan Plowden was right on his season average with 15 points against the Cardinals. He is number 8 in the conference in scoring, number 6 in rebounding, and he's an 80% free throw shooter. One more for Plowden to try and tie it. Bowling Green as a team, 75%. They're first in the MAC in free throws attempted. Ball State at 68%. Front rim, 2 out of 3 for Plowden. The drive, good find. Giving it right back. How about big man to big man? Jihad to Thomas, back to Jihad. And Curtis gets a couple of screens. Finds Gabe O'Neill, good catch. And the finish. Great offense.
And Gabe O'Neill's a guy that's still trying to strive here in this Bowling Green offense. And you can tell that he's gotten better. He's gotten more confident as the season has gone along. And now with the absence of Joe Reese after being dismissed from the team, it's going to be big for O'Neill to try to step up.
And he's got that familiarity with Ball State, having played for Kent State before coming to Bowling Green. Make the most of your opportunity now if you're Gabe O'Neill. He can be a force with his size. And poked free from Plowden, diving for it. And the ball was out of bounds. Bowling Green basketball. Chandler Turner, Brenton Mills check in. And it looked like Demarius Jacobs had a hand out of bounds when he was going after that basketball. And Tyler Cochran's going to come back on. He's going to get Jacobs. Falcons still looking for their first 3 in this one. 0 of 4. 5 of 12 overall. Mills crossover, creates his own shot. Chandler Turner couldn't pull in the rebound. He was there. Just couldn't get the second hand on it. And James Whitford is going to bring back Peyton Sparks. He's also going to bring in Mickey Pearson Jr., the TCU transfer. Ball State by 1, and with the basketball, 6.5 gone by in this first half. Bumbelow over to Pearson. Back to Pearson from the corner. Fulcher, nice rebound, wants to bring it the other way. Looking for Plowden, and Sparks coming over for that backside help. O'Neal back his way in. No one told him about Cochran coming from behind. And Cochran, wild shot, had a teammate there and decided to throw it up.
And the right idea for Tyler Cochran, and you gotta love the way that he just runs the floor. He just goes after it from baseline to baseline. And would you have liked to seen a better shot? Yes, but there was nobody on the floor getting to that baseline quicker than Tyler Cochran.
Cam Young just into the ball game, his second game back after being out for a month. Against Buffalo, he had 5 points, 3 rebounds in 16 minutes. It'll be a little bit of a managing minute situation as he continues to get healthy. Chandler Turner down the lane. Plenty of time for Bowling Green. Down to 15 on the shot clock. Fulcher hangs. Tough one there, rolls off the front rim. Ball State number 5 in the conference in scoring at 74 points a game. Pretty good for a team that lost their top 4 scorers from a season ago. Chandler Turner tried the Euro step. Ball State basketball. Foul goes against Cam Young. Second media timeout, 11:58 left in the first. Still a 1-possession game. Ball State 13, Bowling Green 12. Ball State trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. And we noted just before the break, this team had a lot of questions to answer as far as where the offense was going to come for head coach James Whitford. KJ Walton, gone. Ish El-Amin, gone. Jerron Coleman, Bracken Hazen, gone. Those are your top 4 scorers. And Ball State entering today, number 5 in the conference in scoring. This team has come together nicely. Freshmen have definitely had their impacts. Transfers have helped. And they're going to be a tough out. Right now, they would be in Cleveland if the MAC tournament started today.
And how fun is Cleveland going to be this year? You look at teams like Toledo and Ohio at the top of the conference. Kent State has gotten up there with a long extended winning streak too. I mean, these are some teams that come the end of the year, they're going to battle and the fans are going to have some fun. Sincere Carey helping lead the way for the Golden Flashes, who handed Toledo a big loss the other night. And that with Ohio winning, with the Bobcats back on top of the MAC. Fulcher pulls in the rebound. Always active on the glass. Kicks it out. And able to come up with a Jacobs, then it's slapped free by Fulcher. Kulachkovskis hit on the arm.
Fulcher just kind of stood there waiting for Jacobs to turn his eye for a second, then swiped it free. Sneaky.
And we'll see what happens here at the line. You would have liked to see Kulachkovskis use his teammates there. They had a 3-on-1 scenario. You would have liked to see the open shot, but instead he goes up. It's contested. And here's another look at it right here. 3-on-1 situation. Would have liked to have seen him give up the ball, but he makes the first at the line, so we'll see if it's going to work out.
Kulachkovskis, almost 6 points a game, 2.5 rebounds a game. He's now 13 of 15 at the line this season. Man, they missed all of the 2021 season, returned November 28th, and he's making his 8th career start today. He's now started the last 6. Over to Bumbalow, looking for Sparks. Falcons trying to take that pass to the low block away, not allow the big man to get going. Sparks has been quiet so far. He changes that right there, using his size to get the offensive rebound and put it home.
Fought through traffic, twisting and turning, and he got the results he wanted, which is his team back out in front.
The freshman had his first career 20-point game against Bowling Green. Nice finish underneath by Kulachkovskis. As a starter, Kulachkovskis, the last 5 games, 7.5 points, 3 rebounds a game. Passing up the 3, pulling up from the baseline. Knocked down. Jalen Sellers. 6'4" freshman from Columbus, Georgia. Sellers was a 2-time All-State selection in Georgia before going to Carver Montgomery High School in Montgomery, Alabama. More free throws for Bowling Green. The Falcons 3 of 5 so far. Samari Curtis stepping the line. As tough as it was for Bowling Green in their last game against Buffalo, Samari Curtis still got his with 19 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and he was 9 of 13 at the free throw line. That was a season high for free throws attempted.
And maybe a good jump start for him right now, a trip to the line where he makes both. 0 for 4 from the field, so we'll see if those free throws that wipe the 0 off the board for him get him going.
Straight up defense from Kulachkovskis, and Sparks came up short. Fulcher, deep 3. Oh yeah! Bowling Green's first of the night. The Falcons by 3. For Josiah Fulcher, that was his 14th from distance this season. Nice look underneath and a slam for Myron Thomas. Bowling Green still in front midway through this first half. Cam Young, he's going to try from distance. He likes that look straight away. Just off the mark that time. It's Thomas against Young. And good job by Curtis to get a hand in there. Turner to Curtis. He's going all the way to the basket. Spins it off the window. Samari Curtis.
Really crafty, really creative bucket. Nice job to drive around the defense and get himself in a position where he was comfortable and he knew where he needed to be to put that one through.
Bowling Green fans applauding the effort. Cochran nowhere to go. It's out top, Thomas. Myron Thomas dials it up from distance. Cardinals 3 of 9 beyond the arc. They will attempt about 8.5. They'll knock down about 8.5 threes a game. 3 so far. And Curtis off the hesitation. Ball State's 6th team foul.
And one of the things that we talked about at the last media timeout, a slow start for both teams, that's changed in the last couple of minutes. Ball State 4 of their last 5 from the field, and Bowling Green 3 of their last 4. So the production here from both teams is beginning to pick up.
Curtis inside, Kulachkovskis and 1. Got the ball deep, and Kulachkovskis giving Bowling Green great lift so far for an interior presence.
A great lift and an efficient lift. He's 100% from the floor right now. He's got 9 points, and this trip to the line is potential to put him to be the first player in double figures for Bowling Green.
His career high is 16. That came against Eastern Michigan. But Brandon, what I really like is this interior scoring, because he's a guy that has been known for getting out, stretching the floor, and running the floor. But a couple of nice post moves, and you're seeing him finish. Back to a 3-point Bowling Green lead. Cochran being patient as Jihad posts up. Cochran squeezed his way underneath and reverses it. And Kulachkovskis was looking for a wraparound arm there of Cochran to be called. Kulachkovskis open three. Yes, sir. What I tell you he's known for, stretching the floor.
When you're hot, you're hot. Feed the hot hand right now. 13 points and 100% shooting from the floor.
Jihad double teamed, lost his footing, traveling. Looked like he blew a tire. Timeout with 7:26 left in the first half. Matisse Kulachkovskis catches it on the inbounds, turns and scores for the N1, fired up about it. Then, from distance, gives the Falcons their second triple. Bowling Green 28, Ball State 24. Falcons getting inside-out scoring right now, Brandon.
Yeah, it's been really impressive, especially from Kulachkovskis. You've seen him go inside. He's put together some post moves and then some work on the outside as well. And, I mean, what better a way to make an impact? You're finally getting some consistency in the starting lineup, some consistent minutes, and he's showing it on the floor right now.
Both teams shooting just under 50% from the floor. Kulachkovskis, 2 more. He's 1 shy of tying his career high in the first half.
With a substantial amount of time left in the first half, might I add.
Jacobs 3, and Kulachkovskis, good box out, gets the rebound.
Oh, he lost the ponytail.
He smiles about it going the other way. Good slip to Daquan Plowden down the lane. He banks it in. Bowling Green by 8. See how the Cardinals respond. I want to say this, Brandon. For how things have been going for Bowling Green lately, with the dismissals of a couple players and certainly the outcomes of recent games, it's a great atmosphere in here right now.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is. I mean, there's just a certain sense of confidence on the floor right now, and maybe the team gels a little bit better. I mean, you never know what happens in a situation like that. It's something that only the team and the coaching staff will know.
Top of the arc for Myron Thomas, gives the goggles afterwards. 5-point game. Four threes for the Cardinals. Curtis threw it away as Cochran saw it all the way. He's got 1-on-2 and he's going all the way. Tyler Cochran full speed. Fulcher trying to go quickly the other way and he stepped out. Thought he got rid of it before stepping out of bounds, but it's Ball State basketball.
And when we talked about Cochran's hustle before the game started, I mean, getting a chance to see him in person. Now, this is my chance to see Cochran in person. First time. If this was an NBA 2K game, his speed would be 100, and he never leaves it. He's always going full speed all the time.
Three from the right wing. Bashir Jihad, that's his 9th of the season. Well, Tyler Cochran left Northern Illinois after completing last season. His head coach, Mark Montgomery, was let go by the Huskies program midway through the season. It was not a great situation. Northern Illinois was at the bottom of the Mid-American Conference. It was a welcome addition for Tyler Cochran to Ball State. It's Jacobs getting the screen. He gets down the lane, contact, and one, Demarius Jacobs. Demarius Jacobs, a couple seasons at St. Louis, averaged about 6 points, pair of rebounds per game. He's been in double figures 10 times for Ball State, including the last two. One more look at that and one. 84% free throw shooter. Ball State has retaken the lead. Brandon, who you going to here on this possession based on what you've seen?
Well, Matisse isn't on the floor, so you got to go somewhere else. But one of the things that I'd really like to look for to see the Falcons do is to try to get Trey Diggs going. He hasn't shot the ball a whole lot yet, only 2 shots for him. Would love to see him get going in the very near future for Bowling Green.
Jacobs cross court to Bumbelow. High arcing three, and he drained it. Bumbelow's got his second three, and Bowling Green wants to talk things over. They had a 32-24 lead.
And Ball State's going on a nice run. 6-0 run in the last minute alone. And just really impressive, 14-2 over the last 2 minutes and 15 seconds. And that's what they needed to do. So evidently they made the switch that they needed to coming out of the last media timeout, and they've executed their game plan over the last couple of minutes. It's put them back out in front, especially when you can force another coach like Michael Huger to call a timeout and regroup. That means you're doing something right.
It's 4:38 left in the first half. Ball State 38, Bowling Green 34. The Cardinals on a 14-2 run.
And this is not the first back and forth game we've seen in this arena today.
Well, the Bowling Green women senior day was a tough one. Third quarter is where the separation came when the Falcons were outscored 29-11. Ohio improving their position in the Mid-American Conference standings. Preseason favorite expected to be in Cleveland. Off the miss by Turner. Ball State will try to extend their 4-point lead. And attacking Jacobs just saw a little bit of an opening when right at Bowling Green.
Sometimes a little bit is all it takes.
Jacobs fouled out last game versus Northern Illinois. Just the second time he's fouled out this season. Finished with 10 points in 32 minutes. And he has started 23 of 25 games. They were checking to see if it was a shooting foul or a foul on the floor, and it is confirmed, 2 shots. Nice touch on the first for Jacobs. He's got 4. And Ball State as a team now 4 of 5 at the line. Over to Turner. Chandler Turner thought about the pull-up, wasn't there. Plowden for 3. Bowling Green 2 of 11 beyond the arc. Able to get that one to Bumbelow as Turner went for the steal, in and out. A one-handed rebound by Plowden, then he's fouled. It'll be Bowling Green basketball after our final media timeout of the first half. The Cardinals on a nice run, outscoring Bowling Green 16-2. See if Bowling Green can make a run of their own when we return. Brandon, so far, a game of runs. Ball State making the most recent run. What do you look for the Falcons to get back to as Daquan Plowden steps to the line for a one-on-one opportunity?
You know, Bowling Green really needs to start shooting the ball better as a team. I mean, right now, Matisse Kulachkovskis has 6 of Bowling Green's 13 makes right now, which is just shy of half. So, I mean, you'd love to see Bowling Green get some more scoring going from the floor. Free throws are great, but you'd rather have them from the field.
Able to hit the front end. Daquan Plowden, 5 games, 20-plus points this season. Tied his career high against Kent State with 27. 4th all-time career rebounds. And he makes it a 4-point game. Plowden working on moving up the scoring list, too. He's currently 10th. He needs 23 coming into today to move up to 9th and pass Colin Irish. The last touched by Bowling Green. Plowden's got 8 so far. Jacobs on the inbound. Stolen by Plowden, saw it all the way. Curtis up ahead, the slam. Defense to offense, Bowling Green makes it a 1-possession game. Jacobs being patient. Thomas guarded by Diggs. All sorts of bodies in the paint as Thomas tries to work himself there. And along the baseline, that was not easy. He just muscled his way down low and had great touch. We get a timeout with 3:06 left in the first half.
And like you said, a difficult look right there. Difficult, low percentage, but it didn't matter that time.
We'll take a look at the last couple plays from Bowling Green and Ball State. Here's the steal by Plowden. Just snatched it away. Pushed it up ahead to Curtis with a one-hand flush. Then you come back, Myron Thomas being physical with Diggs. They're going to try and go at Diggs anytime they can. Worked out for Thomas right there.
And on that fast break that Plowden threw the ball forward to Curtis, a younger Daquan Plowden might have kept that one himself. He's got a lot of explosiveness himself, but as he's gone along here, a lot of patience as well.
Well, it's got to be all about team basketball as this group tries to regroup. Chandler Turner, mid-range game, back to a one-possession game. And for Turner, that's his first points. He's been giving Michael Huger about 6.5 points a game this season. Another one-hand rebound for Plowden. Cardinals able to get back. It's Diggs, step back, long two. Jacobs is out there with Bumbelow, Thomas. And Sparks underneath, and in the corner is Jalen Sellers. That one thrown off the backboard. Tough break there, great effort. And Tyler Cochran checks in for Sellers. Thomas, 15 points already, hangs in the lane. Falcon fans wanted to travel. Either way, Bowling Green gets the stop. To the corner, Chandler Turner dials it up. Off the side of the glass. Bumbelow to Thomas. Blocked by Diggs. His great job there to stand tall as Thomas got around one defender and Diggs came over for the block. The scoop wouldn't go, but there's Chandler Turner. Johnny on the spot, three-point play opportunity.
And that's one area where you love to see Bowling Green excel is offensive rebounds and the putback points, second chance points for Chandler Turner.
Chandler Turner, 64% at the line. He's had 9.5 points and averaged 23 minutes over each of the last two games.
And you talked about Turner, you said a guy that doesn't necessarily score a whole lot, but he's had some explosive games here in this building this season.
Cochran not going to look to shoot it from there. Hasn't been successful beyond the arc so far. And a nice catch, easy finish. Peyton Sparks. Sparks comes in, 13 points a game. He's got 4 so far. Turner goes at Sparks. Got it to go over the big man. .44 apiece as we approach a minute. Thomas to Sparks underneath. Fouled on the way up. Peyton Sparks to the line. What a first season for Peyton Sparks in a Ball State uniform. Played his high school ball just 25 miles away from the campus at Winchester High School. And gets the first to drop, 67%. This man leads the MAC in free throws attempted with 161. Once he had that first 20-point game against Bowling Green, he's now had 3 of those. At 23 against the Falcons, then against Akron and Miami, also hit the 20-point mark. Bowling Green could have a 2-for-1 opportunity the final minute of the first half. Offensive foul called against Plowden as Thomas goes down. I think Myron Thomas sold that one. Daquan Plowden's still looking around like, you're kidding me. See it again, Brandon. See if you agree.
Oh, he's moving all over the place.
I don't know how you call that against Plowden.
The good news for Bowling Green is Kulachkovskis is back in the game, and the hair's locked back up in the small bun.
15 points for Kulachkovskis, a traveling call against Jihad. Five-second difference, shot clock and game clock, so Ball State will at least give one opportunity before this first half comes to an end. Diggs off the screen. Front rim on the three. Elsasser comes in, offensive rebound. Couldn't put it in. 15 seconds for the Cardinals. Bumbelow directing traffic. He wants to go one-on-one. Crossover, step back three. Elsasser from midcourt. Hard off the glass. Quite the first half for both teams offensively. We're going to the break with a score of 46-44. Ball State on top of Bowling Green. Mid-American Conference men's basketball. First half highlights coming your way. Round two between Ball State and Bowling Green has been entertaining. First half of basketball in the books. Ball State 46, Bowling Green 44. Taking you through the first half highlights. Brandon, it was a first half of runs, and Tyler Cochran attacking early. Bowling Green also had to deal with the three-point shooting of Luke Bumbelow. He knocked down a couple in that first half, and Myron Thomas has led the Cardinals.
Yeah, and it's just been a game of runs, as you mentioned, but still a back-and-forth game. Oftentimes when you see a game of runs, you can see it start to get out of hand to a point, and that hasn't been the case here. We've traded paint back and forth all game, 46-44 the score at halftime, and just explosiveness coming from all over the floor. You saw a couple of dunks, you saw some deep parking lot three-pointers, and we're going to continue this, hopefully, through another half, because this is exciting basketball right here.
The Falcons, the advantage on points in the paint, 26-20. Saw the and one from Kulachkovskis. Then moments later, he stepped out and drained the three. Bowling Green with 2 threes in the first half. Myron Thomas had a 3 of his own there. Then Cochran off the steal. Took it coast to coast. Jihad sinking the 3 from the right wing. Ball State, 6 of 16 from 3. We've seen a combined 29 threes attempted so far.
And that's one of the areas where you'd really like to see Bowling Green improve their game. Just 2 of 13 from the perimeter right now. 2 makes, 1 coming from Kulachkovskis, the other coming from Fulcher, but everybody else failing to convert their shots from out there. So Bowling Green needs to either decide to stray away from the three-point game or find the answer, because they're going to need some points here in the second half if this game is going to continue to be as competitive as it has been in the first.
2-point game, first half stats coming your way. We continue on with our halftime report. Ball State and Bowling Green, 46-44 the score inside the Stroh Center on Bill Frack Court. Taking through the first half numbers, we noted Bowling Green, points in the paint advantage 26-20. 3-point shooting, Ball State knocked down 4 more threes. We noted 29 first half attempts Neither team has been shy from distance. Both teams, though, have been pretty happy shooting just under 50% from the field.
Yeah, and when you look at the comparison to via the individual stats, Ball State has just played a better balanced game, you could say. I think Bowling Green's scoring, it's been more spread out, but Ball State has evenly balanced amongst different players. Of course, you've got Thomas leading the way with 15, but you've got a couple of players, one sitting at 7, a couple at 6, one at 5, and for Bowling Green, it's really been Kulachkovsky has put the team on his back. He's got 15, Plowden's got 8, Turner and Curtis both have 6, but beyond that, a couple of players just hanging around with 2 or 3 points. And for Bowling Green, you'd love to see everyone contribute just a little bit more.
And adding to your point, you've got for the starting 5 for Ball State, 39 of the 46 points, whereas Bowling Green's gotten a little bit more off the bench between Fulcher, O'Neill, and Chandler Turner. Those 3 have combined for 11 points. Bowling Green knows going forward, they want to be a team playing in the tournament. Everyone's got to contribute. That's been the story all season long. And it's going to be the story of the second half when we get there. Those are your first half numbers. We'll take you through the Mid-American Conference scoreboard and show you how a couple of the impact players have done so far in our ballgame. The Cardinals and the Falcons have returned to the floor. We're about 2 minutes away from the start of the second half. Brad Woznicki back with Brandon Lowe. Great to have you with us. We hope you're enjoying your Saturday night of Maction. Speaking of, about the Mid-American Conference out-of-town scoreboard. Akron and Eastern Michigan had their early game today. The Zips went on to win by 19 as Ali off the bench led Akron with 17 points. Akron shot 48% from the field. Then you go to Buffalo, just going final against Western Michigan. The Broncos gave Buffalo everything they could handle. Lamar Norman Jr. had a team-high 23 points. Janathan Williams, though, goes for 24 on the Buffalo side. 4 of the 5 Buffalo starters in double figures. And Miami and Northern Illinois have their own battle going on right now. Just a 2-point game in the second half. Day Grant, Delonte Brown have combined for 25 for the Redhawks. And Brandon, still got one more game to go tonight. Toledo at home against Central Michigan, part of a doubleheader at Savage Arena. Toledo will be the favorite in that matchup.
Yeah, and Toledo is still in competition with both Kent State and Ohio for that #1 seed. And you better believe the Rockets have something to prove this season, even once they get to Cleveland. After losing last year in the first round, they definitely want to make it further, make a tournament run, and potentially get into that NCAA tournament come March.
I'll put you on the spot right here, right now. Of those 3 teams, who gets the #1 seed?
See, I grew up in the Toledo area, so even though I'm here doing a BG game, I'm a little bit of a Toledo homer. I'd love to see the Rockets get the #1 seed. I think this is a team for Toledo that I didn't expect it from this year. Losing Jackson, going to Arizona State, and they've just been through so many different players throughout the course of the year, so many different play styles. Kanapke a couple of years ago when Toledo was set to play Bowling Green in the first round of the tournament, he was their big guy, both literally and figuratively. I mean, he had a lot of points and a 6'11" frame to boot. But that Rockets team this year, they're dangerous, they're explosive, but we saw just how explosive Ohio was last year when they made that tournament run.
Ohio's got a big one coming up Friday against Akron. I think that could be very telling of where exactly the Bobcats are at as we near March Madness. Tuesday night, you also have Western Michigan hosting Toledo. Again, the Rockets will be favored. Kent State will be seeing this Ball State team at the Mack Center. A lot still